Hello and welcome to the Fairmont El San Juan Hotel. This beautiful beachside resort sits only 5 minutes away from the airport and only 15 minutes away from historic Old San Juan. It celebrates the beautiful grandeur of the 1950s when it was built and the modernism of the 21st century because it was recently renovated. Today we're going to look at all the amenities, restaurants, and even a room tour in this hotel and every single thing it has to offer. So starting here in the lobby, you can see that this is where the 50s really come to play. The first thing you'll see when walking the hotel is this beautiful sunken bar with this huge chandelier hand blown in Guatemala. It's actually the third largest of its kind in the world. Around the lobby is the gold room, and for the past 2 years I've been coming here, I haven't seen anything in here. I have no idea what this is. Right next to the gold room is the Foxwoods Casino, which has every sort of game you could think of. It has table games and slot machines and everything, and I've lost a lot of money here. Directly next to that is either a theater or a club. Both the name on the door and the name on the outside is kind of deceiving, but looking in you'll see it's not really set up for anything. It has also been closed for the last 2 years I've been here, so I don't know if they're renovating it or what, but directly next to that is a performance venue. I've seen a couple bands perform here, but last year they had the Miss Puerto Rico competition, and this could be where Frank Sinatra and Sammy Davis Jr. and Liza Minnelli came when they used to perform at this hotel. I told you it has a lot of history. Directly next to that is the Grand Ballroom where I'm recording right now. This space is a huge wedding venue and likely the most popular one in the resort, although there's a couple that people could use. Filling out the lobby are a couple of lobby bars, including the Sunken Bar and the performance space, and also Il Bistro, which has some pastries in the morning, although we'll talk about breakfast in a little bit. And right past that is check-in, where you have all your registration needs, where you can book excursions, all sorts of stuff like that. Turning to the right are restaurants, clubs, outdoors, and rooms. We're going to check that out in a little bit, but we're going to start by turning to the left, where you can see the shops of El San Juan. So let's turn there and check those out. Now, the first thing you'll see is sushi that was not open by the time I was here, but it seems like they were getting ready for the grand opening. Next to that is Il Sole. This is a pizzeria that, while you might want to have for lunch, unfortunately is only really open for dinner. Here's a look at the menu, and as you can see, things are a little bit pricey here, but that's pretty common for this resort. Now, coming down the hallway just a little bit more, the first thing you're going to see here is a general beachwear store. Directly next to that is a candy shop, and right across the way from it is a shoe store that sells things more than just shoes, but it's called the shoe store. Coming down from the candy shop is the conference level, but we'll look at that in a second, because right next to that is Starbucks. This is a full-service Starbucks that serves everything you would expect them to sell, and it's open really early in the morning, which is really, really convenient. And next to Starbucks, we have a nail salon, we have a tropical clothing store, and we have Viaggi, which is another apparel and tchotchke store. And this is the end of the shops of El San Juan. If we head outside, you can see that there are steps going up to the shops or down to the conference center. So let's head back in and teleport down to the conference level to check that out. Whoa! Isn't teleportation fun? Oh yeah, in case you're new to my videos, I can teleport to different places and hotels. Isn't that awesome? Now, walking through the meeting level, there's really not much to see here, other than some of the meeting rooms are named after famous performers here, like Bennett, or Minnelli, or Davis. Are you getting it? The only other thing to mention here is the ceilings are really short. I can palm them with my hand without even attempting. I'm just under 6 feet, so I would guess these ceilings are maybe 7 feet tall. But that's all we really need to see here, just a lot of meeting spaces. So let's head back up to the lobby over by check-in. And it's here where we're instead going to make a right turn towards everything else the resort has to offer. And heading up to the 10th floor, we head over to the spa section where they have all sorts of treatments and wellness sessions. The spa also includes the gym, but we'll look at that in a little bit. But just from the outside, you can see it's a very tranquil and serene environment. And one thing to note is they do have couples massages as well as just single treatments. Coming back down is Riva. Here's a look inside Riva, and when I was filming this episode in August of 2024, this restaurant was not open. But you know what is open? Right across from Riva is Brava. Brava is the club inside this hotel. And while the club doesn't look like much right now, trust me, at night, this thing goes crazy. A lot of locals come here. Now, right across from Brava is the meat market. This is the steakhouse of the hotel. I personally have not dined here. Here is the menu. It all looks fantastic. And the fact that you can't see prices means don't think about it. You're at a resort. I'm just going to turn to the left from the steakhouse and just sit down in one of these really nice rocking chairs and talk to you a little bit about what this hotel is. Coming here for 2 years, I can't really tell. It's not really a family hotel because they have a club and they have a casino. It's not really a business hotel because their meeting rooms aren't really convention style. I would say it's more an upscale midlife hotel. I would say it's probably around a Ritz-Carlton style hotel, if that's what you're looking for. So anyway, let's stand up and head outside. And as you can see just by the fog in the lens, it is very humid here. So you might see a couple time jumps from now till later in the day, just so you don't have to see all this fog in the lens. But the first thing leaving the door, turning to the right, is this beautiful pathway, and that lets out next to this nearly 300-year-old banyan tree, which again is a beautiful spot for weddings and just really shows the history and beauty of this resort. And right next to the banyan tree, right on the other side here, these are the shops of El San Juan. Now outside the banyan tree are pools, but let's talk about rooms for a second, because we have the tower rooms right over here, we have the banyan bungalows right over here, we have the poolside bungalows, and way over there, the seaside bungalows. In addition to all the bungalows and villas, and I'm sorry if I'm changing the names of these, the signage does not match what they're called on the website. There is the Casa del Mar Oceanside Villa, which is over 1,500 square feet and is its own private villa. But next to Casa del Mar, we'll go and do our room tour. So now we're going to take a room tour of one of the seaside villas. We're staying in a room with 2 queen beds and a cot that we brought into the room. There's also a sofa bed inside the room, so technically it can sleep 7 people. I do apologize for the mess, as this was being filmed well into our vacation. As you can see, the room is incredibly spacious. When you first walk in the room, there are closets on the left-hand side and a restroom to the right-hand side. I do want to note that some of the restrooms have shutters that go into the main room with a fairly large window, which does make privacy a little bit difficult, especially if you're traveling with friends instead of family. The room also comes with a mini fridge, an ice tray, loads of drawers, cabinets, and plugs, and while there are only a couple USB ports, there are enough plugs so it doesn't really matter. The thermostat in a room is a typical hotel thermostat that doesn't get below 70 degrees unless you take it out of hotel mode, which isn't too difficult. There's also a safe in the room to keep all your possessions, and the entire resort, even on the beach, has complimentary high-speed Wi-Fi, although it's not really fast enough to download high-quality videos if you're trying to load up before your flight. Our room was on the first floor, so our balcony led directly out with a beach view. Some of the other rooms have different sized balconies, but ours was nice because it had a table and chairs. And while we did have blackout curtains, it did get very, very bright in the morning, so I'd recommend bringing a binder clip or doing the hanger trick where you use the hanger to clip the blinds. And we're back, so let's talk about all the pools and amenities behind me. Here is the main pool. It says El San Juan Hotel at the base. It is absolutely beautiful, and directly behind it is the gym. Now, this gym is absolutely beautiful, featuring three different levels of fitness, quite literally, starting with weights on the bottom, cardio in the middle, and way on the roof. Yes, the roof. There is even more weights, and it, of course, has a beautiful view of the entire pool area and the tower. And directly across from the spa is the Banyan Tree Grill, which is just an outdoor patio grill. And directly across from that is Kanya, which is an indoor seated restaurant with some outdoor patio seating. Now, this is where you will have free buffet breakfast every morning. This restaurant, as you can see, is a historic design. It's been here since the 50s with these beautiful humps. And right outside of it, of course, is the main pool. Let's check that out. Before even getting to the pool is a station to get your towels, free sunscreen, bug spray, and cooling lotion, and a water bottle filling station. One thing I forgot to mention is these are all over the resort, and I would absolutely recommend drinking out of these instead of the tap water. So bring a water bottle. Now, you might be looking at this pool and say, hey, Jake, this pool is not big enough for all the people that stay at this hotel. Don't worry, there's way more. But while we are here, let's check out the cabana situation. So there are 3 different levels of cabanas. There's the Seaside, the Luxe, and the Grands. Each one gets a little bit bigger and has more and more amenities. So while the Seasides are basically just chairs with covering, the Luxe cabanas come with a TV and mini fridge, and the Grand have even more service with extra chairs out front and their own private pool. If you're thinking about getting a cabana here at the El San Juan, just be aware that it comes with all the pitfalls that a regular cabana would have. There are minimum payments you need to make for each level of cabana, but having stayed in each of the different levels myself, I'll just say they're all kind of great, and I'd recommend all of them. Speaking of pool, directly across from the pool we were just talking about is, guess what? Another pool. This is really the big pool of the hotel, and even has a swim-up bar on one side, which is pretty cool. Hidden in the back is the adults-only pool surrounded by the Grand Cabanas, which I mentioned earlier. One small pitfall to this area, or a bonus if that's what you're looking for, is the music here is very, very loud. If you're looking to have a nice, relaxing cabana experience, I absolutely would not recommend getting any of these cabanas. There is no way that they can lower the sound, and even putting a towel over the speakers does nothing. But hey, if that's what you're looking for, this might be perfect for you. Now, directly next to all the pools here is Aquarelle, which is the outdoor seated restaurant here at the pool. They have everything you'd expect from a poolside grill with some local seafood as well. And right next to that, of course, is the reason you're probably coming to this hotel or even thinking about it, the beautiful beach. Now, I really don't think video does it justice, just how beautiful the beaches of San Juan and Puerto Rico are. There's so much to do here, from swimming and running and hiking to all sorts of things like jet skiing and parasailing, which I got to do last year. So much fun. All of those are available right here at the hotel. And from that, I really can't think of a better place to end this video, right here on the beaches. So thank you so much for coming along with me. Be sure to check out some of my other hotel videos if you're interested in checking those out. And thanks so much for watching this one. I'll see you guys in the next one.